Black. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back again to another episode of Nellyville the podcast. So glad you could be here. You are here once again, listeners, with my live TikTok audience. TikTok audience, say hello to the listeners who are going to hear the podcast on Friday. So if you are here in the room right now, you're getting first dibs on the tea, okay? TikTok, fam, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. If you follow me, I will follow you back as soon as I wrap up the podcast. I greatly appreciate it. For my listeners, come follow me on TikTok so you can be a part of the live recordings. I might give you a little shout out. You never know. All that being said, I hope your week is going well. Let's get right into the tea. Okay, so I'm going to start with this first topic, okay? And I'm going to let y'all know right now, it might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, okay? It's not problematic, but y'all let me know how you feel. So, speaking of greetings, because that's what we just did, we just welcomed everyone. I would like to say, this is a greeting that I don't like. Now, y'all tell me if y'all with me. I'm getting tired of people greeting each other, specifically me, by saying, hi, queen, hello, queen, hey, queen. Now, I know y'all like Chanel. What's wrong with being called queen? There's nothing wrong with being called queen or king. There's nothing wrong with it. But I feel like in recent years, especially recent months, I feel like it has become watered down. I feel like it has become saturated. I feel like it has lost its meaning. It used to like really mean something when you called somebody king or queen. Now I just feel like dudes say it as a way to like flirt with you, and look, baby, ain't nothing wrong with flirting. You know what I'm saying? Get it how you live. Now, woman to woman, when we say it to each other, you kind of feel it a little bit more. But even that, it can come off as fake sometimes. And I'm just kind of like, just say, hey, Nelly. I'd rather you say, hey, girl. You know, now, if we're in person, I can tell if a person is being genuine. You know what I mean? But I just feel like king, queen, the word holds so much weight. It means something, or at least it should. And I'm just over it. Can we come up with a new greeting? Like it's in every song. It's, you know, this and that, the boom, cat, 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 cat. Oh, okay. So someone come in and said, wig check. Oh, baby, yep. This is all me, honey. It's just all me. You like my little hair? You like my little bun, baby? I'm so glad that you come in. Thank you guys for the follows. But yeah, so that's kind of where I stand on the hey, queen, king situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little watered down. I think that we could come up with a new greeting for one another. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, unpopular opinion. You know, $20 wig, baby. If this was a $20 weave, I think I would have got my money's worth, but nah, baby, this is all me. All this little nappy nap right here, baby, that's all me, sugar. So let's move on from greetings. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about content babies. Who's heard the term content babies? This is something that I just can't wrap my head around. Now, we are all familiar with celebrities creating fake relationships, even fake marriages for that matter. And, you know, look, we play into the game. You have these fake relationships to kind of build the numbers and get the people talking, get the articles, get the, the magazines. Who reads magazines anymore? I just dated myself. But look, people do fake relationships and stuff. We get that. I understand that. Now it has gone to the next level. People aren't just creating fake relationships anymore for the sake of growing on social media or to grow their celebrity. People are having kids just to gain clout. That's wild. And I'm not making it up. Look at all these family channels on YouTube. Look at all like the family profiles, just even on TikTok. It is people, not only are they like pimping out their kids basically for the sake of getting a view or a like, but you also have, thank you so much for the follow. I definitely will follow you back as soon as I wrap up the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank y'all for the likes. Y'all are awesome. So it's really, look, I have nothing wrong with like a family channel or people who want to create content with the whole family for TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. I get that because we all have families. All of us can relate. Hey girl, hey, welcome in. We're in the middle of the podcast and we're talking about content babies. We're talking about people who have gone from pretending to be in a relationship for clout to now people are just straight up using children as a way to grow on social media. And not even just the kids that they have. People are purposely getting pregnant. People are purposely having kids for the sake of growing a channel. And that's sick to me. And, you know, there's not enough regulation in this social media world to make sure that these kids are protected. We have labor laws in the real world that protect kids, that won't allow kids to work for free, that won't allow kids to work more than they should. But how can you regulate it? How can TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, how can they regulate what someone is doing in their own home? That's what's scary. And when you have people who are purposely having babies, content babies, for the sake of vlogging their pregnancy, for the sake of, just, like I said, pimping the kid out. What happens look, social media is going to change. It's not going to be like this. It changes minute by minute. So what's going to happen when these people who are just having kids for the clicks and views, what happens when the clicks and views go away? What's going to happen to these kids? What kind of life is going to be lived by these children? How are they going to grow up and develop? You know, they're going to grow up with a camera in front of their face at all times. I've seen videos where there was a lady a couple of years ago, I don't know if y'all seen it, she was a YouTuber, and she accidentally uploaded a part of her video where she was intentionally making her son cry. So she uploaded her YouTube video. I guess she didn't watch it back. And she was making her son cry for the thumbnail. You know, the picture that you see when you click on the YouTube video. Hey, from Russia. Hello. Welcome in, Russia. We are in the middle of Nellyville, the podcast. So glad you could join us. Tell us, what do you think about content babies? What do you think about people who have kids just to get clicks and views? And does anybody have suggestions on what social media can do to protect kids who are being plastered all over the internet by their parents? You know, where is the line? But anyway, so back to the story. So the lady, she, you know, it sucks. It's awful that mother would make her son cry just to get a picture. But also, thank God she accidentally uploaded, you know, that awful parenting moment. Thank you for getting me to 1K likes. I really, really greatly appreciate it. So, I don't know what the solution is, but all I see is that it's getting worse, and they are going to have to crack down on the content that is being produced by these family channels. And I don't know what that looks like, but TikTok, YouTube, hello. Like, do something, because this is crazy, and it's going to be a generation of kids who are going to be very lost and very just, like, not right up here. And, like, that's just kind of, like, my gig about it. So, speaking of families, I kind of want to transition into something else. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is family members who show themselves after you have gained some success. Maybe you've come into some money. Maybe you have, you know, you made it big. Maybe you got that job that you wanted. Maybe you just really out here dipping it and doing it. And then all of a sudden, family that you never really talked to, family that has ghosted you, parents that neglected you, now all of a sudden they want to be a part of the team. Now they want to be team you. They want to be all up in it. Okay, so New York Girl, pause for that story. New York Girl says social media has its benefits, but way too many potential dangers. Absolutely. And the scary part is this is what this is what we see online. What's going on when the camera is off? What are these parents doing to get the kids to do and to say? Like, it's wild. Like, we see these cute videos of kids. I know I'm backtracking. I'm going to go back to the family thing in a second, but I do want to say this. You know, how we see cute videos of kids on the internet all the time. We see cute pictures and stuff. How many times did that kid have to do that dance before the parent was like, okay, yeah, that's good enough to post? You know, we see the perfect moment that was captured, but I always often think about, what about the kids who their parents made them do the dance 50 times, say that poem 50 times, you know, pose for the picture for an hour. Like, you know, people are out here doing it. Anyways, just pay attention to the kids in your life. If you are someone who shares your kids on social media, just beware, be careful, because there are creeps and stuff out here. Just make sure your kid is comfortable with it. And, you know, don't post anything that you wouldn't want your parents to have posted of you, because there's that too. Kids are going to grow up, and whatever you put of them on the internet is going to be there forever. So don't put anything that's going to affect their career, their future, their relationships either, because you think that it's cute and it's going to go viral. You know, just, you know, stay in a realistic headspace, you know what I mean? So to go back to family surfacing, what really made me think about this is that I was thinking about athletes, and, you know, athletes make a lot of money, especially football players. And, you know, you see it with other celebrities too, but I see it a lot with celebrities where, you know, they come from broken homes. Maybe they have small families and these things. And then they get these contracts, they get these coins, they're in their bag. And then all of a sudden you see, you know, the father suddenly comes back in the picture. All of a sudden the mother comes back in the picture. All of a sudden they have these best friends that we've never heard of, that they haven't talked to in years. You know, they're buying their family, their cousins and aunts, they're buying them houses and cars, and they're hanging out with them. They're doing trips and they're dipping it and doing it. And it's like, okay, where were you when I was putting in the work? Where were you when I was grinding? Where were you when I didn't have anything to eat? Where were you when I could barely pull myself up by my bootstraps? Now all of a sudden I'm on. And all of a sudden, you know how to pick up a phone? Oh, you do know how to work a phone. Like, what is the line there? Because I'm not one to hold a grudge. I don't believe you should hold a grudge. I think you should forgive people, because that forgiveness only destroys you. You being angry and having hatred in your heart for somebody else, baby, it doesn't matter to them. Most of the time, people that you're mad at, they don't care. They're going on about their life, ruining somebody else's life. So you have to let that go. And I'm all for letting bygones being bygones, especially when it comes to, you know, having a relationship with your parents, having relationship with siblings. You know, sometimes you have falling outs. And if you can find a way to come together and leave the past in the past, that's great. But if you are the person who has money and success, how can you be sure that those people are, you know, coming back into your life in a genuine way? Because if you have a lot of success, whatever that means, be it money or where you live, or maybe just access to opportunities and things, you want to share that with the people that you love. Absolutely. What's the point? I'm sorry, I'm getting text messages and stuff, but what is the point of having all of these things if there's no one to share it with? I feel like a person who has very little but has a lot of love in their life is actually a wealthier person than someone who has access to anything that they want, but they don't have a friend in sight. That's a very lonely, cold life. Young Dolph said he cut a couple of people's water off, but he still loved them. Yes, that sentiment right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can love them, but you're not just going to eat off of me because you're trying to eat off of me, because that money well will dry up, you know, especially if you are a rapper, a singer, you know, an athlete, especially, you know, people are like, man, these athletes and stuff, they get way overpaid and all. They do get a lot of money, especially the top ones. But what people have to understand is that football career doesn't last forever. You know what I'm saying? That money that they get, it has to last them for a lifetime. That's why it's so important for them to, and I know I'm kind of, y'all stay with me because I know I veered off a little bit from what we were talking about, but that's why it is so important. If you have the type of career that is timed based off of your athletic ability, based off of your age, that, it's just certain careers that you can't do past a certain age, or it's just high risk, so it could end at any time. It's very, very important. Always have a backup plan, but for certain careers, you have to have the plan B through Z before you even get on the field, before you even sign the recording contract. You really have to be thinking 10 steps ahead of okay, if this all ends tomorrow, what am I going to do? What am I investing my money in? It can't be money. It can't be cars and clothes, things that depreciate, enjoy your success. You worked hard. Absolutely. Work hard, play hard. We believe in that. But what is your next move? What are you investing your money in? What are you investing your time in? When football is all over and it's time to, the cleats are done, pack them up, put them away, then what are you going to do? So I'm glad that some of these athletes are getting a lot of money, because it's going to have to last a long time. And the way inflation is, the way that everything keeps going up all the time steadily, it looks like they get a lot of money, but then for a lot of them, their money's going to have to last a lifetime. And they got families to feed, families to take care of. Millions is a lot, but is it? I mean, when you put it in that perspective. But anyway, so let's bring it back. I would say, just to anyone who has cut ties with family and it was for healthy reasons, even after you have found forgiveness and things in your heart, you just be careful about why they're coming back. Even if, maybe you have the same job or not, your circumstances and things haven't changed, and maybe those people who you cut off, they just want to come back for some reason. Just really evaluate why because you cut them off for a reason. Just because you forgive someone does not mean you have to let them back in. So you have to really ask yourself, is this healthy for me? Is it healthy for them? Money and success aside, do you want to go back down that road? Is it worth it? Is it going to be something that is new? I mean, people change, but also a leopard never changes its spots. What's the line? Everyone has to have a line. You want to have a relationship with people and stuff, but if it's going to cost you your mental health, then y'all get what I'm saying? I think y'all follow me. Y'all are great. Thank y'all so much for the likes and everything. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So what I do, every podcast, I end the podcast with music of the week, and then I send you all off to explore. So my artist of the week, and also if there's any music or artists that you would like to recommend, I'm always looking for new music to enjoy. Please leave it here or send me a message. I would love to discover some new music, or maybe something that you're reminiscing on. Let me know what's giving you life this week. So my artist of the week is going to be Blake Shelton. I know. I had to take it there. Country music is not for everyone. I am from Kentucky. I currently live in Texas. Look, oh gosh, these I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting invited to join lives. Okay. Hello, Jarvis. Welcome in. You're catching the tail end of the podcast. I'm doing music of the week now, and I was just telling everyone that they should go listen to Blake Shelton because that was my artist of the week. So, I don't know. I love country music. It has changed so much. It is not the Dolly Parton, Conway Twitty country music anymore. It is very different. It has taken on a lot of hip-hop elements, a lot of rock elements, a lot of pop, especially. And Blake Shelton he's been in the game for a really long time. He knows how to make a hit. He knows what he's doing. And he's just got a great voice. He's a great artist. And I think that if you're someone who maybe you don't really listen to country, Blake Shelton is a good place to start, because he has more of a rock and a pop side to him, so it's something to ease into without going full blown yeehaw, you know what I mean? So anyways, check out some Blake Shelton, and check out his wife, Gwen Stefani. I think is she having a baby? Don't quote me on that. But I love Gwen Stefani too. So if country really just isn't your thing, check out Gwen Stefani. We love her. You know, she is just more than just a musician. She is the fashion queen. Okay. And I like them together. But you know what? I also liked Blake with Miranda. That was kind of sad. But you know, couples get together and couples split up. But I like Blake with Gwen too. I love God's Country. Yes. I am with you. You are my people. So that is the musical guest or not the musical guest. Can you imagine if I had Blake Shelton? It was just like, hi, like, can you imagine? Anyways, that is the musical artist of the week. And that is it for this week's podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you so much, live TikTok studio audience. Thank you so much to my listeners. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and follow, subscribe. Come follow me on all of my other social media, wherever you are listening to this podcast. That information, that link tree is in the description below. I would love to continue on the conversation with anything that we talked about today. Or if you just want to drop by to say hello, come say hello to me. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here once I wrap up this podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I definitely, it's always a great time. And yeah, y'all have a great rest of your week. It's been real. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the follows. I love you so much. Bye.
I might get fired, but that's all right. I'm doing what she likes. She likes it when I bring home fresh fajitas and mix up a pitcher of margaritas. Catch a kind of buzz that lasts all night, doing what she likes. She likes hearing how good she looks and